Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So welcome to the Pier 54 podcast. This week, as we told you, Shannon is not here for the week of March 4th through 8th. So we decided to let the men take over, and then I'll just kind of clarify at the end. So JD, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll have Ryan, and you guys can get to it after I read the Hulu headlines.
Yes. This is once again JD from Ring the Bell Radio, a wrestling podcast. As Amanda said, I'm filling in for wife Shannon this week. So this is going to be very interesting. And so I'm just going to hand it over for the partner in crime today, Ryan, to say hello.
Hello. Yep, this is Ryan. I am Amanda's fiance. I am not the most avid General Hospital watcher, but I feel like this is going to be pretty interesting because I've heard enough about it. Listened to the show quite a few times. So, JD, I'm excited actually to do this. I think we're gonna end up touching on a lot of things that are in the show that maybe aren't what the listeners are used to hearing.
You're excited. I'm terrified because I'm going into this lost.
Oh.
So I watched this past week's episodes, and there's a lot of, why are they doing this? No, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they in a warehouse? This person's here.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I don't know.
Right.
So.
Ryan was trying to cheat. He was like, give me some backstory. I was like, I will give you minimal backstory just so you have an idea of like why this person maybe cares, but I'm not giving you all the info because it's supposed to be just like me and Shan where we don't discuss until day of. So
yeah, I'm the same way when it comes to the wrestling shows. Is if I miss a match, I don't want to know anything about it.
Right.
I want to watch it. Even if it's a couple days later, I want to watch it so I get wowed by something. So it's like I got to not be on the internet, which is impossible because I have to for my day job.
Right.
So I'm just like, I'll be on, online, and I'll be like, no, I don't want to see anything wrestling. I don't want to know who wins, but it's pretty much impossible. But
right.
okay.
Yeah.
So
all right. So let me read the Hulu headlines. So that you guys have like some general idea of what you're supposed to be talking about. And then you guys can take over and I'll just kind of interject where needed. Let me pull those up.
Joy.
Yes. So I'm so illiterate today.
So one thing I'm going to say while you're pulling up the Hulu headlines is there are so many different people that just pop in through random scenes that I constantly was asking Amanda, all right, who's this? How are they related to this person? Why is this person even here? Like,
yeah.
I really don't know how you keep track of the numerous amounts of storylines that are going on. And then the backstories.
Yeah, it's just family. All right. So Monday, March 4th, Jason returns to Port Charles. Selena and Sonny negotiation is abruptly interrupted. Laura confronts Cyrus. Brook Lynn confides in Tracy. Heather attempts an escape. On Tuesday, March 5th, Jocelyn and Dex are in a frantic situation. Sonny hits a sore spot with John, which is Jagger, in case anyone doesn't remember. Anna learns some tragic news. Marshall tells Curtis about his misdiagnosis, and Laura acts fast in a crisis. And then Wednesday, March 6th, Anna questions Jocelyn and Dex. Olivia and Sonny reconnect. Alexis is apprehensive. Cody and Sasha each make a confession. Spinelli and Ava are in for a shock. And then for Thursday, March 7th, Sonny and Ava share a loaded moment. Drew and Carly have their hands full. Maxie is stunned. Laura offers comfort. Brook Lynn opens up to Jordan. And Friday, March 8th, Carly is taken aback. Nina corners Ava. Sonny gets an update on John's investigation. Michael tries to convince Dex to stay. And Alexis vents to Diane.
That's a lot.
All right, kids, go at it.
Kids.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well,
Trapping handsome men. How
So-
about that?
I'm terrible with putting a name to the face, with the exception of a few people.
Okay.
Okay, so, and I might be all over the place. So if I am, someone stop me.
Oh, feel free to go. I'll be the same way.
So, like I said, many questions, and I actually have this written down in my notes. Long silver-haired guy. That's Cyrus, right?
Yes.
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Cyrus. I see. When I started watching this, I got excited for a minute because out of the corner of my eye, I just saw white hair, and I was like, "See, Faison's back," and it wasn't him. And,
Nope.
and you guys probably have let everyone know how much, for some reason, I dislike Faison.
You do.
And he's not dead. It's propaganda. So the first question I have is, I'm going into this completely cold. And of course, it's a knock on the door. You hear the dramatic music. And they stare at each other for a second. And the first thing that goes into my mind is, why is long-haired silver guy talking to brown-haired lady? And right? Brown hair, right?
Yes.
That's
that
what
was Laura.
Laura. Okay. You're going to hear a lot of that from me. Like, white-haired guy talking to brown. What's the big deal here? Like, what, why is he visiting her?
All right, Ryan, can you answer his question?
I'm not exactly sure of all of the reasons. I know there's some backstory concerning a Heather Weber.
Mhm.
But I don't really know exactly why they were there to begin with. Like I really like, as the
I want to know.
as the week went on, I'm like, oh, okay. The storylines, started to seems like they came together for the week. But prior to, I have no idea how everybody got to where they were. It was just like someone just dropped me in the middle of the scene, and I'm like, okay, where do I go?
So Cyrus, we all know
That's the way I felt.
Yes. So we all know Cyrus is a bad guy. And
Yes.
Laura is his half sister, who is the mayor. And so
Okay.
she has kept her distance from Cyrus because he is now claiming to have found God and that he is a wonderful person.
Isn't he a preacher now? I do know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So Shannon thinks that he's been somewhat reformed. I think it's all just a big
That's a
lie.
ruse.
Yes, exactly. So it was a big deal because she invited him over to her house this week instead of him just showing up. So it was like her extending the olive branch to him.
Got it.
And so that's why it was like what's going to happen?
Okay. Well, I guess that sort of makes sense, but I'm still lost in it. Okay, so at least I know why they were talking, because that's my big thing is, why were these people meeting? Because I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Leading up to it. And
Yeah,
other
so-
than what wife tells me, and I'm just like,
So
okay.
a few weeks ago, there was a meeting in prison where Cyrus wore a wire, and then he happened to have the wire knocked off of him by Heather Weber, which you guys will get to in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And so Laura was kind of just trying to ask, was that on purpose that wire got knocked out? Like, do you know information that we don't know because the wire got ripped out? Or was that truly an accident that Heather just attacked you and you had no control over it? So she's doing her own little investigating there.
Okay. So this brings me to my next point. Now, Heather's, okay, you're going to, like I said, Heather is blonde lady in hospital bed.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So, again, it goes to something completely different, not too different than a wrestling storyline where you have 8,000 of them going on at the same time. So I'm watching this. She's in the hospital. You have the doctors dramatically talking to each other, staring at her. Yeah, soap opera stuff. And as I'm watching this, I'm going, now who's this? Again. And I'm watching it. And I go, is that the Wonder Years mom?
Oh man, I didn't even. Now that you say that, I could totally see it.
And I'm watching, going, Well, let me back up. I'm going, this person looks really familiar.
Yep.
And I'm
That is
going,
Allie Mills.
okay. And I'm going, I know this actress from somewhere. I think that's the Wonder Years mom. I have to ask. So that makes sense why she's in the hospital, because they got into a scuffle with Cyrus.
Yes.
I keep wanting to say Silas. I don't know why.
Silas was the old character from Hamilton, Finn.
Silas. Finn.
Mm-hmm. Finn
Dracula Doctor Cop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you're
Dracula
trying to say.
Cop Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have little things that, so if I would, just like I said, Dracula Cop Doctor, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right.
Or vampire cop doctor. Sorry, viewers, listeners, whatever. Okay, so I do know. So she's in the hospital bed. They were in Cyrus put her there because of a scuffle or whatever, and then she started going a little bit nuts or something, right? Over, yeah. All right.
She seems like she's pretty nuts all the time.
Really? Is that what it is?
I mean, just my interpretation of her, just from the very beginning of the show on Monday, was that she's off. I don't know if that's really the case, but she certainly seems like she's a little bit deranged.
Yeah, she's been off for years. She's a deranged person.
Okay.
As off the TV show or just off? Like
both actually. She's been off the show for a while, and then she came back within the past year or so. But her character has always been a little psychotic, or a lot psychotic, depending on.
That's fabulous.
Funny how I picked up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Scaring me a little there, Ryan. Yeah,
Ryan works in a psych hospital, so he knows what
I knew that
deranged looks like.
I've seen a few things.
Is she just a really good actor, or has she been doing that so long she actually is deranged?
I always wondered if certain actors really had a hard time separating themselves from their roles. Like, I could see if you played a role, especially in like a show where you're doing it daily for years and years. Like, do you go home to your family and like snap out and go cuckoo?
I don't think so. I think that's the whole point of being an actor.
Well, let me say something. Daniel Day-Lewis is a method actor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he does that. So whatever part he gets, he lives that part until they're done filming the movie. So like, he was Lincoln in the Lincoln movie.
Mm-hmm.
He would be Lincoln 24/7. Act, from what he understood, it would act like him, do the mannerisms that, you read about from just, what you knew about him, or any character like that.
Yeah.
So he turns into it, and then all of a sudden he turns it off. Okay. But then you have people, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I was gonna say Heath Ledger's the one I know about.
The Joker, that character, he got so into it, people didn't know, oh, is he still acting, or is he actually acting like this now?
Didn't Jared Leto do the same thing when he was the Joker?
Yeah, like they couldn't turn it off because they got so involved in that character. But I was just going with what you were saying, people, can they turn it off? You know, or Amanda asked that. I don't know. Sonny and I don't know her name.
Ms.Wu?
Ms.Wu. Okay, I was going to say, was that Ms.Wu? Okay.
That's what Lydia Look, or how do you say her last name?
Mm-hmm, good job.
There you go.
Is that her actual name?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah,
we interviewed her. That's why Ryan knows that. That was a good interview.
I should know that you interviewed these people too. But you guys talk to so many people, I can't keep track of it all.
True.
So they're in a warehouse, right?
Yes.
Obviously talking about something, which is, hey, Mr. Obvious, they're talking about something. And the cops come in on them. Again, here's my question. What was Sonny trying to get from Miss Wu? And then when the cops came in and raided the place, she said she was looking for a poker game or something, I think, or looking for a gambling game, or did I write that down wrong?
No, I don't remember them talking about necessarily the gambling. I don't know exactly what they were there to to do. It seemed like it was all planned, though. It seemed like it was a total plan, like that they knew the cops were going to show up, though, right?
Okay, so no, they didn't know the cops were going to show up. Sonny is trying to get whoever is trying to kill him and the other heads of the mob.
Wait a minute. Someone's trying to kill Sonny?
Yes. Yes.
That's original.
This is a first.
I know you're shocked. There is a killer out there that is targeting all the heads of the mobs. So Sonny is trying to figure out who that is. And Miss Wu is also interested because she is the head of the Wu family. So they set up a meeting that they had Spinelli put cameras all over the place so that the bad guys would get word that there was a meeting of some of the heads of the families, and then they would show up and try to take them out, and then they would have it on camera of who is the bad guy. But John got word of it, and so him and Anna came to bust it up before the bad guys could show up.
Now, John, is that who also identifies as Jagger?
He doesn't identify as Jagger any longer because now he's an adult. But yes, that is Jagger.
Okay. But not the Jagger that you know from the 90s.
Right. It is absolutely the wrong actor.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are making my head about to explode. We're only not even through the first day.
I know it's going to get worse. Well, I've heard about Jagger from Amanda before. And so I'm like, oh, this is the Jagger that you're talking about. No. This is not the same Jagger. So I got corrected really quickly on that. But I was confused about the warehouse. Here, we're going to go meet in this warehouse on, I think it was Pier 55. Is that what it was?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why are they in this warehouse? Why couldn't they be? I don't know.
Why couldn't they meet somewhere else? I'm sure they have plenty of other establishments.
Because that was Miss Wu owned that warehouse. So Spinelli had set up all the cameras with her permission.
Okay.
And they had all their bodyguards there knowing that like the premises of the outside of the warehouse so that they could be protected.
Theory. And this segues into the next part of being at this pier. Do you think now you guys just said, or Ryan, I think Ryan just said, is there a reason they were there? Could it have been a setup? That's what I'm saying. Could it have been a setup? You said there had to be a reason they were there.
It wasn't a setup because they're the ones that set it up. It wasn't a setup for them. They were setting up the bad guys to come after them so they could figure out who the bad guys are.
So, okay. And see if I'm wrong of who the bad guys are. And this goes into the guys on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the bad guys they were trying to draw in.
Yes.
And then, now I don't remember who the cop that got shot's name was.
That was Dante.
Dante. I knew that. I can't remember. And this is where it leads into one of the bad guys is the famous Steve Stone Cold who came back again.
Wasn't it Jason?
His real name
is Jason, but his real name is Steve?
His real name is Steve,
okay.
But he's Jason on the show.
I thought he was Steve on the show.
No, he's Jason on the show.
Oh, geez. So I had that backwards. Because I'm like, Steve, this is where Steve's back. Okay.
You shouldn't have corrected yourself, and then you got bonus points for knowing his real life name.
I thought that was his character name.
No, his character is Jason.
Wrong. Jason. Okay.
Well, I know later in one of the episodes, it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, that's when they referenced him being known as Stone, and then it was Stone Cold. And immediately I heard glass break somewhere in the house, and I was ready.
and I don't know how I know he was called Stone Cold in the past. Maybe Chan told me. Well, someone told me. It was either you one of y'all or Shan. So it's narrowed down. But
they did mention it this week. But yes, you should have.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it ends with what's his name? Dante the cop being shot. Jason comes over to see how he's doing. I'm sitting there, and in my wrestling mind, I'm going, nail him, Steve. Kick him while he's down. But I was like, oh, that's not nice. Yeah, so he gets shot, and then, hey, let's try to help him.
I was very confused by that because this was the first time that Jason had came back in the show. Was it this week or was it?
It was this week.
This week. Okay. So I do watch the shows from time to time with Amanda, and so I remember whenever Jason got lost in the rubble in some tunnel or something, and it was this huge big deal. So it was like, oh man, here he is, he's back. Why is he trying to kill Sonny? That was that was Sonny's right hand man, his number one, his ace, if you want to say that. And so it didn't really show. I remember you didn't really see, or maybe I missed it, that he actually bumped the shooter. Didn't seem very apparent.
Well, he was trying to not make it apparent because then the shooter would know that he was trying to protect Sonny. So he just like put his hand on the shooter, and that startled the shooter. So that was how he missed shooting Sonny.
Not a very good shooter.
Well, now we know not to hire him when we're trying to take somebody out.
But I was surprised that Jason then, it did seem like he was going to take Dante out. Like as Dante's laying there struggling, maybe it's just the face that Jason had. He looked like, yep, this is it for you, buddy. And then all of a sudden he's helping him. Now, do they have some type of like relationship?
Dante is Sonny's son.
No, I mean Jason. I mean, I know. Okay, so I know Jason was Sonny's right hand man.
Right. So he has a relationship with Dante because Dante's Sonny's son.
Okay. All right. So that makes sense in why he would be saving him.
Yes.
Got it. That makes more sense to me now.
But then why's Jason trying to kill Sonny?
Well, that's what we're all
That's
going to be trying to figure out in the
Yeah.
upcoming weeks. You guys picked a good week to start because now that's what everyone's wondering.
Maybe Jason has a secret evil twin brother that no one ever knew about.
That
And it's
could,
just getting emerged now.
that could be.
And this guy's name is Mark.
Okay.
And everyone thinks it's Jason.
All right.
I don't know. Work with me here. Come on.
So yeah, so I guess, and that's pretty much how it ended. What, Monday? Then we go to Tuesday,
Yeah.
and again, this is where I'm just like, I'm. It's amazing. There's all these different stories. We see someone named Curtis talking to his dad Marshall about trying to go after some doctors that had misdiagnosed him.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was about a diagnosis there.
Yes, schizophrenia, I think it was, but it's just like it's like all these little stories all over the place, and I was kind of like surprised at this because it didn't seem like it had anything to do with what we had just seen that ended the Monday's episode.
It didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, shouldn't it?
No, you see, I thought it would have picked right back up on the pier with Dante getting shot.
Mhm.
Okay, and then we see what was it? Jason got hit, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So but you're right. It didn't have anything to do with it. But I guess that's a common thing with the GH where you think it's going to pick back up. There's any soap opera, and then it just completely goes another curveball, and it's, hey, there's something new.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're going to reference what happened last week, like halfway through the show.
Yeah, you could watch something on Monday and not see anything from those characters till 2 weeks later.
Why? That's weird.
It's just how it goes.
No,
confusing.
I think we got to change this. We got to start an email campaign. This is no good. We have to know the next day.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Let's start it.
Yeah. And if you have to write into the show, email Pier54, send all your correspondence. Attention, Amanda. She loves reading all the email.
I do.
And you know what? And if you don't, if you want to send hate mail, send it to Ryan. Attention,
I'm used
Ryan.
to that.
You're used to that.
It goes right to my junk folder, though. I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, what? All the hate mail. Okay.
Typically.
But yeah, so Dante, he hangs on. Jason's wounded. You said there was two people we just mentioned. Why can't I think of their name? Marshall and Curtis. There was a misdiagnosis there, so there's a little bit of a tiff. And then now this is where I didn't understand. I was totally lost with Laura on this episode. So
Okay.
you're gonna kind of have to like explain to me like what I didn't really follow what was going on with her and I told you that already.
Yep.
So
With her and Cyrus.
yeah, like I just for some reason I could not follow that whatsoever.
So I'm looking at some of my notes
And
here.
I actually have that on my notes. I'm like, ask about Laura. There's just I don't know.
Well, so Laura and Cyrus, I see, they went to the hospital, I guess, because they were checking on
No, baby Ace had a
baby
fever.
Ace. That's right. That's right. They brought the baby in for the fever. But it seemed like they had to have known that Heather was also there. At least Laura certainly seemed like she knew that and was almost like, oh, well, maybe we'll bump into each other and cause a scene, which they ended up doing, if I remember right. But I have something in my notes here is I want to know how bad the security is in these hospitals where Heather is just like, oh, get me some water and
Excuse me.
I need water. And then the guy totally turns his back. Now, I, for one, who works in a psychiatric hospital, know this never happens. There's usually, if there's a patient who is restrained, there are multiple safety officers, including staff, that go into these rooms. General Hospital needs to review their policies and procedures.
Well, it's the dramatic effect of television. But you're right, though. I've always thought, I'm like, this security is awful.
Yeah. Anybody can just walk in.
There's always someone coming in like that. You could walk in there with an Uzi and no one would notice, and just kind of do your thing.
Well, if it's not Chase or Dante guarding the door, then the prisoner is going to escape because they are the only ones who actually do their jobs.
Okay.
What's the actual name of the hospital? The Port
General
Charles.
Hospital?
No, I thought it was like Port Charles Hospital or something.
No, it's General Hospital.
Port Charles is the city that it's in, right?
Yes.
No, I know. I don't know. I was just thinking of like, is the hospital actually have a name or is it actually General Hospital?
It's General Hospital, and then there's another hospital in town called Mercy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need something like more fun, like Mercy Trauma Unit. I don't know. That's terrible. That's not fun.
I don't think that sounds fun at all. That sounds very scary.
I don't know, what was I thinking? That's kind of scary. This is where from my show I'm missing the Englishman because he would have had something very coy to say right there.
Sorry, I'm definitely not that.
We have to keep our PG rating.
It's not me you have to worry about. It's
I
my
know,
co-host,
but I can't be your Englishman today because we have to keep our PG rating.
Can I sing the Jay and Silent Bob song?
No.
Okay. Shannon, I didn't do it. Don't worry. Okay. So what's next here? Bring me up to speed here.
Well, if we want to stay on with the whole Cyrus Laura thing, Heather ends up going and seeing Cyrus while he's in the chapel, and she is threatening him with this large blade, which again, don't know how you get these blades. Does not look like a weapon or a tool you would see in a hospital. And then I remember she gets dragged away. I was more. I was all in though. Like all these other stories are interesting, but not as interesting as what's going on with Sonny and Jason and Dante. Like that definitely seemed like that was the story. Of course, for everyone to follow because of Jason's return. I was just kind of like I was more involved with the paramedics. It seemed like the paramedics took forever to get to Dante. I mean, what Jocelyn and Dex are driving from who knows where, hear a call or what? How did
she got an alert on her phone that a scanner picked up police activity at the waterfront.
And so they arrived before the paramedics do. I mean, if I'm in Port Charles and I am a citizen of this town, this borough, I'm concerned. I may not live if something actually bad happens to me.
Port Charles actually sounds like a horrible place to live when I actually think of it. I was like, you always have there's always something blowing up. Someone's always trying to kill somebody. You have
Lots
the
of bad
mafia.
guys.
You have the mafia there. Paramedics take. They take forever to get to you, so you could have died 3 times. And it's horrible.
It could be renamed Gotham. You just don't have superheroes or supervillains, but
Or
you
Los
have
Angeles.
heroes and villains.
Yeah. Where's Port Charles actually supposed to be?
New York.
Is it New York, like state, city? Is it supposed to be?
New York State, not too far from New York City,
All right.
but like far enough out that it's its own little town.
I know I've heard them reference Pennsylvania and stuff in the show before.
Yes, the other soap that has been off the air for a while now, One Life to Live, took place in Landview, Pennsylvania, which was right over the border. So that's why they could like cross characters here and there realistically.
But
all right, what's next, boys? Yeah.
So what? So is Joss a nurse?
No. She's going to school to be a doctor.
Okay, so that explains why her and Dex were able to help
yes.
Dante.
Dex used to be in the army, and so he knows medical stuff.
That explains it. 'Cause I'm like, oh, these guys are just jumping right in, ready to go, helping poor Dante here. He's looking like he's in bad shape.
I mean, bleeding from the mouth's never a good sign.
Yeah. No. Now, you just mentioned 3 names, which I didn't write it down, but it reminded me of something. Why was Michael so adamant to get Dex back to the area?
Because Dex has been Sonny's right-hand man for the past few years since Jason left.
Okay.
So since all this stuff's going down with someone targeting Sonny, he wanted Dex back to protect him like Jason used to protect him.
Because when I was watching it, it seemed like it's almost like he was begging. I can't. What's the name? Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason I wrote down Jaslyn or typed in Jaslyn to bring Dex home, and I was just like, why? I mean, I probably knew that about Dex, but I don't follow this like you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was like I said, I got more questions. I think Ryan knows a little more than I do. He's following it a lot better than I did.
I will be the first to admit I will sit down sometimes and watch bits and pieces of it, and yeah, I don't know. Plus, I did take very good notes, and I have a tendency to remember my notes without even looking at them. It's problem.
See, my wife wasn't here this week because when she's here watching the GH, I could either be in the same room or walking through the room, and I'll pick up tidbits. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days will go by, and then we'll be in the same room. I won't be paying attention, but I'll be listening. And then something will happen, and all of a sudden, and she gets a kick out of this. All of a sudden, I'll stop and like, wait a minute, that person's gonna go do that? I didn't think that was gonna happen. No way. They shouldn't go with that person. They should go do this. And then she'll just start laughing. And she's like, you're paying attention. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, I think you men definitely know more than you let on.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
No, let the whole world know on this podcast.
No, people have to think I know. I don't know much. And then when I come out with a little golden nugget here, it's mind blowing. Yeah.
So let's fast forward, I guess, to Wednesday. I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to talk about from the Tuesday episode that stood out?
I'm all right.
So Wednesday, and we get it's. I believe it starts out with again. We don't go to the main storyline. We start out with Nina, I think it was, and Alexis talking about some sort of column or magazine that I guess that Alexis runs. The only reason I really wanted to bring this up is because I don't watch the show, and I know how much Amanda dislikes the character Nina, and so without having really watched the show, I am immediately in agreement with Amanda. Is that Nina? It just seems like some crooked, two-faced brat. Who?
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, I mean, she seems like she's trying to manipulate Alexis into getting this. I think it was a gossip column on this magazine, and just the way that she's going about talking to her, it just seems like she's just conniving. And as I know, as we go later into the week of the show, and she's involved in it more. It just seems like it's nonstop. She's trying to play this game, but she's not very good at it either, by the looks of it.
Yeah. So I got a question.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I have a question. Two questions. Were you surprised that Spinelli eventually found out Jason's alive? And what do you think the reaction? It wasn't just Spinelli. Who was that with? I didn't write it down. I just wrote Spinelli, but there was someone else with him. Eva?
Ava. That
Okay.
was her. I'm not surprised that Spinelli found out because he had set up all the cameras, and from what it sounds like, he's like the tech guru for Sonny's conglomerate, I guess I'll say. So I don't know if I was really surprised by that. I was surprised by his reaction. I mean, it sounds like, Jason left the show and there was like never any talk of Jason ever again. So I was kind of surprised that I shouldn't say that. I'm going to take that back. I wasn't surprised by his reaction of, oh my God, I seen a ghost, I believe is what they said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. Yeah. Okay, continue.
So I wasn't really surprised by the fact that he was able to even see them on the cameras because he set them all up. But I wasn't really surprised by his reaction because it did seem like it would be like, oh man, this guy's back. How could he be back though? I don't think I was confused about the relationship between Spinelli and Maxie. Like it seemed like he was all in on trying to be with her and she's not, but yet there's certain times in the scenes where you could see where like it seems like she wants to be with him. What's that about, Amanda?
Hold on, let's see if JD.
No. I agree with you because occasionally when I'm catching, like I just said a couple minutes ago, when I'm catching an episode when Shannon's watching or something, I see that exact thing. Like he's trying to pursue her, and then there was even a couple times, but I can't tell you how long ago, where I just looked at Shannon. I'm like, are they finally going to hook up again or hook up? Are they Yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah. Nah, it's just not going to happen. Like you could see a build up there for a while
because they have kids,
and that's yes, and then that's and I agree with you. I kind of saw this a little in that where it's just like, oh, are they gonna?
So they have one kid together, their oldest kid, Spinelli's only kid, Maxie's oldest kid. But Maxie's other two children, the baby daddies, are dead. And so Spinelli has kind of stepped in as being a parent role for them. They just admitted last week that they love each other, Maxie and Spinelli. But Maxie is currently mad at Spinelli because he moved into her house to help pay her bills because he knew that she was having financial issues. But instead of just saying that, he made up a lie with her mother that the pipes in his apartment burst. And so he needed a place to stay. And so she's angry at him for rescuing her like she couldn't do it on her own when she could have.
But why didn't they let Mom know? Like why? Like what's the reasoning?
Because Maxie wouldn't have accepted the help because she was too proud.
So she don't, and isn't she too proud because it's Spinelli?
No, she's just too proud.
She's too proud. The pride's there. Okay.
Yeah. So she wanted to do it on her own. Her mom offered to give her a loan, and she said, no, I need to do this on my own. And then magically Spinelli's pipes burst and he needed somewhere to stay. And she said, well, of course you can stay with me. And he said, well, you got to let me pay some rent to offset the fact that I'm here. So she accepted that, thinking that he was there because he needed her help, not that he was there to help her. So she's mad because he manipulated the situation. And she feels like he undermined her independent womanness.
Okay, I could see that.
But wait a minute. Let me get this straight here. She wouldn't have accepted any help from mom or anyone else because she has too much pride.
Mm-hmm.
She could do it on her own.
Right.
Spinelli told her, I could come and help you. Right.
He said that the pipes in his apartment burst, so he didn't know what he was going to do. And she said, I have an extra room. I'll help you by letting you stay here. And he said, well, it's only fair that I help you then by paying rent. So she thought they were like on equal footing of helping each other out.
That's
and
Maxie.
Instead, yes, Maxie thought that her and Spinelli were on the same page, helping each other out. Instead, Spinelli and Maxie's mom were tricking her into taking the help.
So Spinelli and Maxie's mom were in cahoots.
Yes.
Well, I could see why she'd be really ticked then. Yeah.
Okay. I thought the way it was first, now that's clarity. I thought it was Maxie and Spinelli were saying, okay, yeah, you could come in and help, but don't let mom know. Or not don't let mom know. But I thought Spinelli told mom about I moved in because pipe burst, and that's why Maxie was mad.
No, Mom was in on it. Mom and Spinelli hatched this plan together.
So it was in reverse. What I was thinking. I had the mechanics right, just the wrong people.
Right.
Okay. That sort of kind of makes sense now. So that's why she's mad. So I understand now why she's mad.
Yes.
At Spinelli. Okay. Now that that's done. Oh, I need the aspirin. This is too much. How do you guys do this all the time? This is too much.
I imagine whenever you have watched this show repeatedly, it becomes like they're like family to you. Like, you
can follow it easier.
Yeah, just like any other show. Once you've watched it for a while, you know the backstory, so you don't have to go through all this every week.
And also, I feel like because this show is played 5 days a week, like you really can just follow the storylines like it's almost just like your own life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we said something this a while ago when we did that crossover, Amanda, that's where it's similar to the wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I know when you guys watched the wrestling match that we sent you, you were just like, well, I didn't know the backstory, but I was able to figure out who was supposed to be the good guy and the bad guy based off the crowd reactions.
Right.
And remember, I went, yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
I was like, The Rock was supposed to be good, the Hogan was supposed to be bad, but you have to go with what the crowd tells you. Yeah, and
yep.
I mean, I watch, obviously, as this audience probably knows, I watch the WWF more than I do soap operas. So I could see, for me, it's easier for me to follow what happens in the pro wrestling world than it is the soap opera world. And it would probably be vice versa with you too.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why I'm just like, give me the aspirin. My head's about to explode.
I don't have too much else from Wednesday, but the one thing that I want to mention is all throughout this whole week, I was hoping to see or hear Brick.
Who?
Brick. He is
Brick.
No, Brick, like what you would lay a foundation with. His real name, Stephen A. Smith. You know, Stephen A. Smith is from sports. He does First Take.
Oh yeah. It took me a second. Yeah.
So I'm a big Stephen A. Smith fan. I really like. So I was really hoping that this week, oh man, maybe we're gonna have a Brick sighting, but we did not. So
no, they mentioned it.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Brick.
They mentioned him for a second, but that's where we Sonny can't figure out who the mole is in his organization, which is why he had Spinelli do all of the computer work, because Spinelli's not in the organization, so he has no bias. Where Brick could either be involved with the bad guys,
Okay.
or miss something because he's in the organization all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they mentioned Brick, like Brick's not handling this because they wanted someone
That's
outside
what it
the
was. Yeah.
organization.
Yeah. Sonny was saying he was
Yes.
talking to Ava about it, saying he
Yes.
wanted to get in touch with Brick.
Yep.
Okay. So that is all fantastic information and a backstory to bring me up on it. But I have a very important question.
Sure.
Yes.
Who's Brick?
Brick is Sonny's like in charge of the bodyguards. Like he vets everybody and makes sure that they are secure in the organization, and he knows he's been part of Sonny's organization for years.
Okay.
Because Stephen A. Smith
Yes.
loves General Hospital, and so he asked to have a role in the show.
Oh.
So his part in the show isn't necessary, like reoccurring constantly, since he has other stuff going on, but he pops in every couple months or so just to give like a checkup on the organization.
I'm going to say it again. Audience, I don't know how you follow all of this. Oh,
I don't think I have anything else comes to mind from Wednesday. I know that, Dante they kept going back to Dante being in critical condition. Everybody's kept asking about how he's doing.
Yeah, there was a lot of filler. I will give you that. There was a lot of filler with that, of conversations between Olivia and Sam about how great Sam is for Dante and what a great guy Dante is, and how hard it is for Brook Lynn to know what her place is with Chase, because that's his partner at the workforce, and blah, blah, blah. All just like the normal things that would happen in a hospital if your friend was in critical condition, but nothing that really counted too much for storyline, other than Chase and Brook Lynn having a conversation where he said, if this is too much for you, we don't have to get married. I understand. And she was like, no, I'm marrying you. This is part of the reason that I love you.
So how the vibe I got from this whole episode, like you just said, there was a lot of filler episode. It seemed like this day's show was just to kind of coast through to get to the next one.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got from it. I mean, you could all think I'm nuts, but it's just like you have movies where if you have a movie where there's like 3-4 parts, at least one of them is just sort of all right, we got to coast through so we can get to the next part. You know what I mean? Right. That's the vibe I got from this one.
Yeah. I think Wednesday's the only thing that seemed like it was really big on Wednesday is everybody else finding out that Jason was involved, or Jason is back. Because everything else just seemed like, okay, Dante's in the hospital. We're going to keep revisiting how Dante is doing. We're going to have, who was it? You said Olivia talking to about Dante, and then we had a little bit cutscene with Brooke and Chase. See, I'm gonna get these names.
You're getting better than I am.
Brook Lynn.
Okay, so is it Joss or Jocelyn? Because I also hear Joss and Jocelyn.
That's like anything.
Okay,
Joss and Jocelyn's like Matt to Matt.
Wait a minute. Well, Brook Lynn, Joss, Jocelyn.
But no one calls Brook Lynn Brooke. Her name's Brooklyn.
Okay.
Ding ding ding. Fight.
I'm not taking this one.
We're gonna get a wrestling match in here on this one. Yeah.
Amanda's the heel.
Wow.
Now I'm getting beat up.
Hey, I saw that. She just slapped you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember anything else from Wednesday.
No, this one didn't keep my attention that good. Like, okay, this episode, I mean, was sort of like, okay, let's come on. It's like I kept waiting for something big to happen.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen. But it was just one of those. And I know when the credits started coming up, I was just like, oh, thank God. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was like, all right. Come on.
It seemed to drag.
Something. I'm waiting for something to happen. But.
So what do you have for Thursdays or for the next episode? Anything?
Let me see here. What? Hold on. Oh, I just accidentally closed my. Let me open it back up again.
Okay.
I have my little Word document here with my notes on it, and I don't take good notes. So a lot of this is from memory too. Let me see. It looks like I have. Let me see. Scroll down. Scroll down. I have Sonny is finding it hard to believe that the person that's after him is Jason. Okay.
Yeah.
Or no, I should say it seems like Sonny is finding it difficult. My actual words were finding it difficult to believe it's Jason. And that they were the ones on the roof trying to do whatever they were going to do with that weapon up there. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, because what? Jason was Sonny's right-hand guy forever. So why would he come back? Now, whenever Jason left the show, wasn't Jason with Carly? Didn't they get married? I'm sorry, I'm going way back, but I
well,
tend
Carly's
to
the blonde, right? Who used to own a
Carly's
hotel
the
or
blonde.
something?
Yeah, she's the blonde.
Okay.
Carly and Jason were getting married just so that they could run the mob organization because they thought Sonny was dead. And then they ended up falling for each other. Then Sonny came back. Carly chose Sonny, but then Sonny chose Nina. So Carly and Jason weren't really together whenever Jason got killed.
When you say Sonny was dead, is this when he was lost with amnesia?
Yes.
Yeah, when he thought he was Mike.
Yes.
See, I remember some things.
Wait a minute. And Mike was his dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm on a roll. And the reason he thought he was Mike, wasn't it that he was wearing a watch or something that has the name engraved on it? So he went, oh, my name must be Mike.
Yep.
Yes.
Good job.
Look at that.
That's winning right there.
Dude, I should get a trophy for that one.
I was going to say gold stars all around for you boys.
But, hang on. I gotta get him.
Yep.
So that's when he thought, okay, no, I just totally lost my train of thought. So when you were, yes, referencing that when you said he was dead, that's when he had amnesia.
Yes. So so Carly and Jason were not.
They never really were
at that point in time.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So what else was there from Thursday?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking through. I didn't write too much down.
I definitely took probably a lot more notes than I need to. I have stuff about Carly and Drew. So here we go. Another little side story that I didn't understand. You had Carly and Drew talking to Rocco and Danny, which are the kids.
Mm-hmm. So Rocco is Dante's son with Lulu, who's in a coma. And
why do I know who Lulu is?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Why do I know who that is? Like
because she was a big character back in the day, but she's been in a coma for a few years now.
Oh, coma gal. Ooh, that's not nice to say. That's right. Sorry, audience.
As long as it doesn't have any swear words, you can.
No. I'm sorry, but there's just, I told you at the beginning of the show, there's certain ways I remember who the characters are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
sorry.
She is coma girl. And Danny is Jason's son with Sam, but Sam and Dante are together. So Dante has been living with Sam and her kids for the past year or so.
Well, Jason's gone.
Yeah. Well, Jason and Sam weren't together anyway. So he was living there. So the boys are both upset because it's the boy's dad and almost stepdad. So that's why they were there with them. Drew was talking to Rocco about, hey, we'll talk about, your dad's going to get better. We're trying to keep you in the loop. You're not a little kid anymore. You can understand how bad this is, but hopefully he's going to be okay. And then Carly talked to Danny because she was best friends with Jason. So she was like, I understand you're upset, blah, blah, blah. You already lost your dad. You don't want to lose your stepdad, whatever. So again, it was just kind of filler. That was kind of filler because we're getting into spring break and then we're getting into summer. So they're trying to give the teenagers a storyline and like some playtime so that the younger crowd gets addicted to General Hospital and then wants to watch it all summer.
Well, that's kind of smart.
Yeah, so they're showing these young teenage boys. Last week there was something about the one boy vaping and the other boy being mad at him and whatever. So they're trying to pull the teenage crowd in. So this was a good opportunity to show the teenagers, like obviously they'd be upset that their dad/stepdad is shot and in the hospital, but don't need to dwell on it too much. It's just kind of how it is.
Well, you can't really complain that that's what they're trying to go after. Like you said, this time of year, they're trying to get that younger audience.
Right.
To catch them.
Yeah,
Because
it's smart. Yeah.
It's smart. And here's why, because whatever formula they've been doing has been working for the last almost 70 years. How long's it been on?
61.
61. Okay, so it was
So 60. Jeez.
Okay, 61 years. I was thinking for some reason this has been on like 65, 66 years. Okay, so 61 years it's been on. Obviously what they're doing has worked for 61 years.
Right.
Okay, so like you didn't say you had a problem with them trying to get the teenage storylines in there.
No,
okay.
That's how you get lifelong viewers. You got.
That's how you get in there. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, now I have another thing written down here, and I don't know who this is. Who is Terry? It seemed like, can I read my own writing?
Yeah. Can you?
No, I don't know what I was writing there.
What's the rest of your sentence?
I just said, who is Terry? I must have been thinking of something completely different.
Yeah, Terry didn't really have anything to do. There is a character named Terry, but she didn't have anything to do with this week.
Well, she must have been referenced then.
She had to be referenced. Yeah, there's a reason I had the name down there. I just don't remember why I wrote that. Some of these notes, I don't remember why I wrote them down. That's why I wrote them down so I could ask.
Well, Terry is the other co-chief of staff. So Portia and Terry share that responsibility.
Okay. I think there was a reference in there.
Oh,
I just don't remember
something
why.
I didn't, because I don't remember them saying Terry at all.
I swear I heard that name. That's why I have it written down.
Okay.
Or typed up.
Hey,
anyway,
I missed stuff
well.
too.
Oh well.
Go ahead.
I know wife misses stuff too, so
right. We correct each other. So yeah, you're doing the Shannon role perfectly. I missed any Terry reference.
Oh yeah. I don't even know who the person was. I just thought I heard the name. Maybe I heard a different name. I don't know.
So I have they did go to Spinelli and Maxie watching the video that he had taken of whenever they see that it is Jason. And then what? Jagger, or what's his name? John. I'm sorry. What? Why do I have Jagger then? Do they not call him Jagger in the show though too?
It's like how your nickname when you were younger was Gumby, but at work no one calls you Gumby, they call you Ryan. Like you're an adult now, so you don't use that nickname. Jagger.
Why do they call you Gumby?
Yeah, my last name being Gumbert, I was doomed with that. I shouldn't say doomed. It could have been a lot worse.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's good. You shouldn't have told me that.
That's all right.
I mean, you can call him his high school friends still refer to him as Gumby here and there, but like when he goes into work, his coworkers aren't like, "Hey, Gumby, what's up?" So it's that same kind of thing. Jagger was Jagger back in the day because that was like a cool nickname because he was like a street kid and whatever. But now that he's older, he wants to be known as his real name, not his nickname.
I can relate to that.
So his real name is John Cates.
Okay. So Spinelli and Maxie were watching the video. John, I'll call him by his right name because I'm sure he's going to be called Jagger. John confronts them and knows that they have information about the shooting, but Spinelli lies to him straight up and tells him, "Oh no, I don't have this footage." They put him in handcuffs. Spinelli doesn't want Maxie to go to jail because he doesn't want her to be pulled into this life that she shouldn't be in. So he gives up the information. Okay. This is where me as an IT guy was very upset with Spinelli. His password was just from what it sounds like, lowercase letters. There was no numbers, no symbols. They say that he is like this IT wizard. How do you not have a better password than that?
What was his name? What was his password?
It was like Maxi something
It
else.
was Maximista, which is the nickname that he gave Maxi way back in the day.
All right, I didn't know that, but so yeah.
That's why whenever he like hesitated to say it and then he spelled it, and she was like, Spinelli.
Well, I remember there being Maxi in there. I didn't know what the other thing was.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I didn't replay it to find out what
That's
it
okay.
was, but I was just like, worst password. You might as well just have made a password. If
you should have made a password like Gumby.
Well, I don't know about that. That's too short. You got to have so many characters. But like most of the times, like IT guys, like myself, when we make a password, we always put characters in it, or like an E will become a 3, an I will become a 1, like just so you have different characters.
Now that we know your secret.
Right, we can all break into the systems now.
Let's go after Ryan's system.
I welcome this challenge.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, I have passwords at my work that sometimes I even don't get them right, and then I get locked out of the system because I made it so difficult.
Yep.
You know.
But so
okay.
I was surprised that he also really gave up the information. I get that he didn't want Maxi to go in, but if he's working for Sonny, who seems like this powerful individual, I mean, they even referenced in the show, I believe on Wednesday, that they showed a clip of him like shooting his own kid, right?
Yeah.
Why would you give up the password so easily?
Because he's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, number one, he's protecting his woman. You should be willing to die to protect your woman. And that's basically what he was saying. And second of all, the information was going to come out anyway. If it would have been something more, I don't know, able to hide or whatever, then he probably wouldn't have given it up so easy. But Jason being part of the shooting team was confusing to Spinelli also. And it was going to come out eventually.
Okay.
So, but I do understand. I was surprised he gave it up too.
Like just like that. It was like instantly. I would have thought maybe he would have went to jail.
Well, he tried to get Maxie to get out of it on her own. That was whenever she referenced her stepdad, Mac. And he was like, oh yeah, I have John was like, oh yeah, I have so much respect for your stepdad. Okay. I can't believe that you're, Max, you were just a young girl last time I was in town, blah, blah, blah. And she said, so can you take these handcuffs off now?
I remember that.
And, it's just a misunderstanding. And he said, no, you'll have to apologize to your dad that I had to arrest his daughter. So she wasn't getting out of it unless Spinelli was giving up the info.
I just didn't think that he would have given up the password so easily.
I'm not surprised.
No,
it adds for dramatic storyline effect, and hence how we're here talking about it right now. I can't believe he would have given up that password so easily. Why? There you go. They did their job. The heel,
yep.
The heel,
the
bad guy did his job where you can't stand him. There you go.
Looking to see what else I might have even had here. Oh, this is whenever Sonny seen Jason on the video, and he was convinced the video was manipulated.
Yeah.
And then Ava, verified that it was Spinelli that got it. And then this is whenever they reference Ava mentioned that Spinelli used to call Jason Stone Cold. This is where it happened.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, your listeners right now are like, what was that?
Shannon and I throw extra music in. Did you listen to last week's podcast, JD?
I did not.
Oh, you need to, even if you just fast forward through it, she made up her own Three's Company song, and it was great on the spot. She did such a good job. I was impressed. So you gotta go find that and listen to it.
Come and knock on my door.
Yeah,
I don't know the rest of the words.
Well, once you hear it, you're gonna be like, man, she did great. I was very impressed.
You broke my heart when you left in your truck. There, how's that?
No, it's not a country song,
I mean, you could make it one.
but it's not. All right, get back to this week.
So
We're about to wrap up. Yeah, we got one more day here, then we're done.
Yep.
So Ava said something about she believed that Jason was back to kill Sonny. Why? I don't understand that. I don't understand why Ava thinks that Jason would kill Sonny if Jason was his right-hand man.
Because he was on the roof with the shooter.
He's brainwashed.
I mean, what else would you think?
We're gonna, come on, you're gonna find out what the reason is eventually.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, but the thing is what I'm finding out with this soap opera gig here is that could be next week, that could be 6 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
That all of a sudden,
now,
6 years from now, that's why you're going to see an 88-year-old Sonny mob boss going. So this is why Jason tried to kill me back in 2024.
I don't have anything else really from Thursday.
All right, you're almost done.
So Friday, the main thing to me is the Carly and Jason interaction, because I mean because they because of their back history, I was surprised that she was with the possibility that Jason is involved in this, trying to kill Sonny, that she was just so willing to just open up to him and help him. Does that seem off to you, JD, or is that just me? I really thought she would have been taken back by him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of really don't know what to think on that one. I don't know enough about Carly's past to say, no, I'm not surprised in that reaction, or I am.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know who Carly is, but I really don't have a history of like what, how do I say this right? Not what the character is.
Okay.
But like what's the history of how she would react in situations like that?
Okay, so we all have that one friend that like we would do anything for. If they called you tomorrow and we're like, hey, bring your shovel, I have to bury this body with no questions asked, right?
I am not at all involved in that statement. Okay. No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Well, women at least have a friend that they would grab their shovel for, no questions asked.
No, I know what you mean. But...
Yeah, Jason is that friend to Carly. He has helped her out and saved her and done whatever. So if she had to pick between Sonny and Jason, she would pick Jason. But also remember that at that time, she did not know that Jason was involved in the shooting. Like she knew that Dante was shot, but she didn't know what role, if any, Jason played at what happened at the warehouse. He just showed up after being dead for a while with a gunshot. And so her first reaction absolutely was, oh my God, you're alive, and let me help you patch up that gunshot.
See, and that's why it's interesting that you brought that up about, Carly helped her. I didn't even think of that. Like I didn't have that written down at all, because I wasn't surprised by that, because I don't know the backstory like you just told. I didn't know that, no matter what, Jason shows up, Carly's going to help.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So I'm just going to say I wasn't surprised by that. But now that I know that story, okay. But that's all I got on that one. Okay.
Yeah. And then what? Dante's now recovering much better than, I guess they finally said that we're going to recover. They kept on going into the room to see him. I was expecting him to wake up and say that he's seen Jason, but I guess that's going to be next week.
My God, that would be way too soon.
It's Friday. Can't we
He's got to go into a coma and all this other stuff before we can possibly have
Why do you want him to go into a coma?
Maybe he has to. It's just that's the way the soap opera world works. He has to go into a coma.
Okay.
He may have to wake up from the coma with amnesia. Like, you don't know.
Really?
He saw Jason. We should not hear this information for another 6 months.
So maybe I shouldn't say that he was going to wake up and say he's seen Jason, but at the end of the episode, like he was getting he was going to open his eyes, or he was going to move a limb or something. It was going to be like, Yeah, none of that.
It's like they were coasting, like we just said earlier. It's like they were coasting and him hawing through
Well,
through
we're
the whole
still,
week.
yeah, we're still keeping if Dante's going to make it or not on the line. Like every time someone asked, so he's going to recover. If you listened, the doctor said he's in a much better place than he was. He's out of surgery, but he is still in critical condition.
I was going to say that's a very open term when you say he's a much better place.
Right.
Of course, you're coming out. You could be better, but still, you're in a better place, but you're still critical.
Right. He's still
You know.
critical. So we don't know if he's going to make it or not.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
like Ryan was saying, at least at the end, like open as give him short-term memory loss or something.
Well,
Don't put the man into a coma. Shame on you.
Oh, he's got to have something more happen to him. He's got to almost die at least one more time before he can fully
at least
wake
one
up.
more time.
Oh yeah,
You're terrible. Okay, it's not. It's almost like you're saying, I don't want them to kill Dante. I just want him to be not alive for a while.
Well, they won't kill. I don't think that they'll kill Dante. But yeah, they got to make you question that a few times. They can't just like happily ever after you had the surgery and you're fine.
Now think of this. What if, okay, we know what happened up to this point, and you referenced something earlier about they're getting the teenage for the summer.
Okay.
What if, and you'll see where this ties in for a minute. What if they have Dante kind of regain consciousness for a couple of days? He's doing fine. And then all of a sudden, all the monitors and beep beeps start to go off, and he just whoosh, then he slips into a coma, and then you're going the whole summer where he's in a coma, and you're not going to know anything until the fall.
That's a definite possibility.
They want to focus on those new storylines for the summer and the younger crowd.
Right. That could happen. That could
Prediction.
definitely be how it is.
That's my prediction.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Now I guess I got to start paying attention to this to see if it happens.
Yeah. We'll write that down. All right. Ryan, do you have any predictions?
Oh man. Related to Dante specifically, or
just any part of the show?
Any part.
I'm going to predict that Jason is going to end up becoming a nemesis to Sonny.
That's a good one.
That's going to be my prediction. It's because it seems like that would not be the case. So I'm going to go out. I'm going to go off left field here and make it different.
All right.
Have they ever done that before? Had Jason and Sonny sort of not make them enemies, but butt heads?
Yeah, they've butt heads before, but they haven't been enemies.
No.
So, I really don't know what they're going to do with that storyline. You guys did awesome, though, of catching all of the big parts. The only thing that you missed was the Sonny, Ava, Nina conflict. If you saw in the chapel,
okay,
Ava and Sonny were getting pretty close there, and then Nina came in. She couldn't she couldn't have said my husband more in that 5-minute conversation.
Yeah.
That's right. There was a moment whenever they were going to kiss.
Yeah, she needs information on my husband, blah, 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 and you can't keep my husband. And Ava's kind of like, I'm not sure where my loyalties lie. And the funny story of like the backstory of that is that Ava and Nina are supposed to be BFFs, but when Nina said something about, I would never, I'd do anything for you, or we have such a strong friendship. And Ava was like, yeah, you're one of my few friends or whatever. When Nina was crazy, Nina cut Ava's baby out of her stomach. What? And so it's insane that they are BFFs.
Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm done.
So you can be friends with people even after they do horrible things to you like that.
Good.
And now they're BFFs. So every time I see them together and Nina's like, we're best friends, I'm just waiting for Ava to be like, no, it's time I get you back for that whole cutting my baby out of my stomach thing.
This is
wow.
A warped world.
Say about that.
This is a warped world you people live in. I mean, they no.
Yep.
Being quiet.
See? Well, that's a perfect ending to it because that rolls us right into our reality check because we don't live in the soap world. Did you have anything happen this week, JD, that you'd like to share with the viewers, or how your week's been without your wifey home?
The week has been very busy. Okay. I will say I'm glad this was the week that my son was home for his spring break because him being around helped out a lot. with just because just being around helping with stuff.
Right.
Okay. And getting his sister sometimes where she needed to be because, if I couldn't be home from work. But it was just very busy, it wasn't stressful. It was just, there was a lot going on,
Okay.
So that's all I could say. It's just, there was a lot going on and, but everything turned out good. I mean,
Well, that's good.
that's all I could say. Just busy, 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 busy.
Yeah.
I think mine was pretty busy as well. Although it was quiet because most two of the kids, the younger kids, were on vacation with their dad. So me and Amanda pretty much had the house to ourselves.
Aha.
Yes. But we tackled a couple things here. They just came back on, was it yesterday?
Well, it was
The Thursday night.
Thursday.
It was late Thursday night. It was a very busy week at my job. We've been as I said before, I work at a hospital and we had to move a couple different nurses stations to different floors and stuff. So I'm very happy that this week has come to an anticlimactic end, because it could always be bad when it comes to doing that stuff. Other than that, I just wish Mother Nature would make up its mind what it wants to do.
Right? I mean, snowing today, and then 2 days from now, it's going to be like 72 degrees.
Mm-hmm. And then we have like some 70s earlier this week too.
Yep.
So,
and then watch. Next Tuesday, we'll get the blizzard of 24.
Oh, please don't put that. Please don't jinx us.
I always say March is the wild card month.
That's right.
Because you don't know what's because of 93 around here.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? It was like this, how it was this past week. And then we get dumped with 2 feet of snow in 24 hours,
I had a paper route back in 1993. And
oh wow.
Sure as heck, those papers showed up that morning. And I had a couple other friends who had paper routes, because that was like how you made money whenever you were a kid.
Yeah.
Like you didn't, and all my friends were like, well, yeah, we're not going out and delivering the papers today, even though they came. And my old man was like, you're going to do your job. So I trekked out there, and what normally would have taken me maybe 30 to 45 minutes to deliver papers took me almost 2.5 hours.
Oh, I believe.
And I got frostbite on my feet. Even though I had boots on and socks, I just managed to I guess, not lace my boots up very well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
To heck with that blizzard. I didn't swear. I didn't swear. I wanted to say something else.
All right, I'm gonna interrupt you and take over my reality check so that we can be done, because I know you men can talk forever. So my week was more eventful. I got rear-ended on, what was that, Thursday? Friday? That was Friday. Yeah, I was coming off of I know everyone just likes to hit my car. This person,
the
at least
blue
stopped,
car?
The
blue one?
Yeah, the blue
Oh my
one.
God.
So this one, at least the person that hit it like manned up and admitted that they hit me and pulled over and gave their information and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was coming off of the Parkway, like down into Murraysville, and traffic was stopped. And I guess he didn't realize that traffic was stopped and looked up, and he tried to pull over to the right, like onto the shoulder, but he was still too close to me. So he like took out a whole chunk of my back end.
So not drivable.
It's drivable, but it looks pretty bad. And then our other adventure, last week we lost our cat, and I'd put up information all over the place about I need my cat back, and someone called. I'd put it on the Ring app. I didn't know this, but you have a Ring camera too. On the Ring app, you can put out like lost pet, and it alerts all the other Ring users.
Oh yeah,
in
I've
community.
seen stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put an alert up, and this lady calls and says that she had my cat, but she had given it to someone who had reached out that works at an animal hospital, because they were going to take the cat and get it scanned for a chip and give it shots and stuff like that. And these people were going to keep it. So we went over and picked up the cat, and I was so excited. I had my cat back, and he acted a little bit off, because he's been gone for a few days or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's a long-haired cat. He was super matted and gross. So I took him to the groomer, and the lady like chewed me out about how I was an awful cat mom because
Aw.
his hair was so matted and he had all these ticks in it. And she kept accusing me of this matting could not have happened that bad in just the few days that I said that he was out. And I was like, I swear, like, we take care of our animals. I love my animals. So she had to shave him down so where he looks almost like a hairless cat.
Yeah.
And then she yells at me about the fact that our cat is not neutered. And I say, what? My cat is neutered. And she says, this cat's not neutered, and showed me physical evidence that there's no way this cat is neutered. And so it turns out I have the wrong cat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You had the wrong cat.
I have the wrong cat.
This cat has probably been astray for months and months.
So
But
you're-
he's the
Oh.
nicest cat. We still don't have our cat back, but we have this cat that we have now shaved. Not that I'd let him back in the wild anyway, but I can't let him back in the wild because it'd freeze to death. And so I have this cat that is not ours, that is shaved down to nothing. That
Is there a chip in it?
there's not.
No.
Oh, my. Because your cat's chipped, right?
No, our cat's not chipped.
Oh,
which-
because we have our cat chipped.
yeah, I need to
case.
get our cat chipped. But
Yeah.
yeah, our cat's not chipped, and this cat is not chipped either. And they look identical. I'll have to send.
Okay.
I'll have to put pictures up on our Pier 54 Facebook so that everyone can reassure me that I'm not just stupid, because this cat looks just like our cat, but it is not our cat.
Wow. That's an honest mistake. So you found out. So when you found out it wasn't your cat, did the lady start being nice to you?
She did. Then she just treated me like I was stupid. She was like, "What do you mean you got a cat that's not yours?" And I showed her the picture, which again I will show everyone.
Yeah.
That everyone in my family agreed this was the right cat, or so we thought. And
Wow.
she took one look at it and was like, "Oh, that's obviously not the same cat." And I was like,
Well,
"Oh man."
You know what? Just heck with that person. Sorry.
So it was funny.
I mean,
but
the good thing is you didn't. Okay, I could say that because you didn't tell anyone here where you went and who it was. So
right.
heck with
Yeah.
that person. Yeah.
I was just happy that they were able to help me that day, because this
Good.
poor cat looked awful.
Yeah.
So now he's better. He's healing from his tick bites and whatever. And we're going to figure out what to do with him while we still hope that our cat comes home.
Right.
But it is a funny story. But anyway, I think that wraps it up. You guys did awesome. People got some answers to questions on top of just what happened this week. I want to thank you both for filling in for Shannon.
You're welcome.
And
Anytime.
our listeners can tune in on Thursday for our 411 more about the mob families. And then join us next Monday when Shannon will be back for the new recap. Have a good week.
Bye.
We'll see you.
We'll meet you at the pier.
All right.
Okay, let's try this again. Meet you at the pier.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I
filed my return.
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.